What's up guys, this is TechnoViking23 coming to you today with a little bit of Warframe, and today we are going to be doing the Howl of the Kubrow quest, which is a quest you get fairly early on, I believe once you complete the Venus Junction, and it will actually grant you another companion, which is called a Kubrow. It's kind of like a little dog, wolf type pet that you can use in some of your missions if you don't feel like using your Sentinel. So today I'm going to be taking you through that quest and just showing you how to get it. Basically, it's really not that difficult of a quest. You should be able to complete it fairly quickly. There are some credit requirements that you'll have to go through, so you do definitely want to have a good amount of credits saved up for this. If you've been farming the Dark Sector missions as your first mission every single day, then you should have plenty of credits by now. So it shouldn't be much of an issue. And even if you don't, it shouldn't take you too long to farm up those credits. For today's quest, we're going to be using the Mag Warframe, which is a Warframe I unlocked recently, and I've been leveling her up to 30 to get some mastery rank points. We've got the basic Bratton as our assault rifle, the Lex pistol, which we bought from the market, and the Heat Sword, which we got from an early gift from the Lotus. And she gave us a blueprint for finishing the mission. So just some basic weapons we're using on this quest. It's really not that difficult, so I'm not bringing along my typical Heck and some of the other weapons that I've been crafting. Now, we did pick up a new Sentinel. We do have the Dariga Sentinel, which is kind of a sniper, like assassin Sentinel. He's pretty cool. He's got a little sniper rifle, and he can also stun enemies with electric damage. Very neat little Sentinel. We actually bought his blueprint off the market and crafted him. It was a couple 100,000 credits, but we'll go back to using Taxon pretty soon. I just wanted to start leveling up a new Sentinel in order to get some mastery rank points as we make progress on the free-to-play account. So that's pretty much it for the setup. We're going to get into the quest here. As usual, you're going to go up to your codex, and that's where you're going to find the quest. You see here, Howl of the Kubrow. You are 10-0, you deserve a Kubrow by your side. You can see there it's like a little wolf-type creature. Alright, so we're going to click Begin, and then Lotus is going to tell us we need an Incubator segment, so that'll be the first little bit of this. Now, interestingly enough, one of the components you need for this quest you may have already picked up, which is called a Kubrow egg, and those are fairly easy to get. If you were just farming on Earth and you happen to smash a Kubrow den, you may have already found a Kubrow egg, so you might already have that part of this complete. So no big deal there, but just kind of giving you a heads up. I do apologize, guys. I am trying to fight off a bit of a cold here. The weather in Georgia has been really interesting lately. It was in the 80s all last week, and then this weekend it decided to go back down into the 30s. We had freeze warnings last night, and anytime the temperature changes so drastically, my sinuses just get thrown into complete disarray, so really kind of annoying, but I'm going to try my best not to sound too sick on this video. Alright, so we're going to quest here. We're going to do Howl of the Kubrow, and the first mission is going to be here on Venus, where we have to acquire the Incubator segment. I'm not quite sure what mission type this is. I don't think it's going to be too terribly difficult. Also want to apologize, guys, for the lack of videos lately. I've just been kind of slammed at work, my normal job. I haven't had a whole lot of time in the evenings to really do much. I've also been playing a lot of Overwatch competitive lately. That's been taking a lot of my time up. Going to be actually doing a pretty big Overwatch video pretty soon. I know a lot of people that play the game complain a lot about being stuck on certain levels and being stuck in elo hell, and I've actually managed to climb a good bit in Overwatch, and I want to do a video talking about how you can do that and how to help some lower level players. So we're going to get into that in a different video, but just some of the things I'm working on behind the scenes. I also do want to do a gaming setup video pretty soon, since I have moved to a new place and have a whole new setup with my computer and everything, so we're going to definitely do that and check that out later on. Alright, we're getting into the quest, so we're in our first mission here with the Corpus, which is good because Mag absolutely decimates the Corpus. And of course, I'm going to run around and pick up all the loot I can find. You guys know how I am. I love to smash all the loot crates and get everything, because you never know what's going to pop up or where you might get something cool. And we're also working on leveling up some of these weapons. This is a survival mission, so that's pretty easy. This shouldn't be too difficult to get through. Jump down here real quick and see if there's anything worth picking up. So it's a 10-minute survival. Not terribly difficult at all. It's basically just a matter of... that was a good jump. That was a really good jump there. Just a matter of running around, picking up the survival packs. You don't even have to really engage the enemies if you don't want to. If you want to just run around and look for loot, you can do that. Just make sure you're picking up your survival packs. As you can see here, just going through and killing the enemies will get plenty of life support. And another reason Mag is really good is she does a lot of damage against shields. So she's a good frame to have for Corpus missions. And she's really easy to get. You farm her off of the Sergeant boss on Phobos fairly early on. I believe I did a video on that, so if you guys are looking for that, just it's somewhere in my playlist for Warframe. She takes a little longer to craft, though. You have to kind of get towards Jupiter before you can craft her, which can be a bit of an issue, but she's a pretty good frame. She's not very durable compared to the Rhino we've been using through most of the videos here, or even Excalibur. So you do have to kind of watch the encounters you get into with her, because it can be easy to get in trouble if she starts taking a lot of damage. I'm so used to running Rhino now. It's funny because I used to not like Rhino at all, and now he's one of my favorite Warframes ever since I started doing the free-to-play series, because he's just so tough. He's got so much survivability. He can really make some of the later stages that you get into not very difficult with some of his abilities. Plus, I just like the big, giant, hulking Warframe, using the massive hammer, just going around smashing people. It's so much fun. So, but hopefully you guys are enjoying the free-to-play series. I'm really having a lot of fun with it, just going through and actually playing the game. I've gotten so much loot and so much gear and crafted so much that I'm almost further along in this in the free-to-play account in terms of the amount of stuff I've got than I am in my account where I've actually spent platinum. So it's been kind of an eye-opener and kind of interesting to see just how much you can get in the game and how far you could go without having to really spend any money. So it's been a lot of fun to do that. And I know so many people, when they hear about Warframe, they get this attitude about, oh, it's pay to win, it's pay to win, you have to buy everything, and that's really not even close to being accurate. So it's nice to be able to show that through the playthrough and be able to kind of prove people wrong, show them that you can actually get quite a bit of stuff just by playing the game. And that's why this is one of my favorite free-to-play games, and I think it has one of the best free-to-play models out there, where pretty much everything you can earn or everything you want is in the game that you can get there. So, all right, we're running a little bit low, we're down to 60%, so we'll go ahead and grab one of these life supports. I don't like to use these too often. If I can, I like to try to farm the life support packs off the enemies. That can make your survival runs last quite a bit longer if you can do that. But since this is a pre-timed survival and we're only going to be in here for 10 minutes, it's not too bad. We've already got 3 life support packs that are up already, so go ahead and do that. Try to get this Oxium Osprey, get some Oxium stored up. And I'm going to go down, I think, and go grab some of these. I see a whole bunch of loot packs over here, so we're going to go get those. I'm running the Thief's Wit mod on my Warframe, which is kind of cool because it allows you to see where the loot containers are. This is really helpful when you're in the Void too, because that mod can allow you to see secret treasure rooms that you can get into and find some pretty good mods and things. Right now we're just trying to grab whatever we can. Affinity's always good. I love Mag's powers. You should get a whole bunch of enemies in a group and just activate her stuff and just wrecks face. It's great. But again, this quest is not going to be very difficult. It's designed to be kind of low level for a lot of stuff. The only real tough thing at this point, if you're running the Kubrow crest right when you pick it up after Venus, you're going to be maybe strapped a little bit for credits, and that can be a bit of a problem. But really later on in the game, I usually wait to run a lot of the quests till I get to at least Jupiter, because by that point you've got a lot of the early crafting stuff unlocked, and you're able to build a whole lot more. And you're usually right around Master Rank 5 or 6, so there's a lot of available items and weapons to you that make things a little bit smoother. So that's one of the reasons I kind of wait a little longer to do some of these quests. Drop there. Another Thief's Wit. Already got like 18 of those. Yeah, one of the reasons I'm actually finally using an assault rifle is I did finally manage to get a serration to drop. Finally. We only played all the way through Saturn, and we finally got a serration drop, which just seems crazy. Other than that, I've just been using shotguns pretty much effectively throughout the rest of the playthrough. Shotguns are one of the more powerful weapon archetypes in the game, so nothing wrong with just using shotguns. Alright, so we're down to 3 minutes. Really, this is just time constraints here is all that's holding us back. But it's good. Lots of enemies, lots of cannon fodder for us to get some mastery points on our new weapons that we're using, so really a big deal. These ospreys, just to show how bad my aim is. I always have a bit of an adjustment period when I come back to playing Warframe after playing Overwatch for a while. Just the different aim down sights and everything. Alright, 2 minutes. 2 minutes, almost there. Just kind of sit back here and mow everybody down. Leveling up our Bratton. Now the Bratton, interestingly enough, is actually a fairly good weapon. You may not think so because you could actually buy it for credits in the market. But once you get it leveled up and you could have put a couple of formas into it, it can be a very, very strong assault rifle that you can use even through late game. And that's one of the cool things about Warframe too. You know, all the good weapons and items are not stuff that you have to pay platinum for. It's not stuff that you have to necessarily craft. There's a lot of stuff you can buy just for credits in the market. Like the secondary I'm using here as well right now, the Lex. This is one of the strongest pistols in the game. It's like a freaking sniper rifle. This thing packs such a punch. So definitely two weapons. If you're looking to get some new weapons play around with, the Lex and the Bratton are both worth checking out if you don't want to spend any platinum or if you don't want to waste any time crafting. You can see the Lex pretty much, I mean these are low level guys, but the Lex can one shot quite a bit, especially when you get to later levels and you have your really good mods unlocked. It's a pretty good weapon. Alright, 30 seconds to go, and then we can finally get out of here and get on to the next point. Alright, 16 seconds. Sometimes these missions just drag on so long, I just want to get them over with. Life support at 44%, but that's not a big deal. We got plenty to get to extraction, so I'm not going to worry about it too much. Alright, so that's it. Now you just want to get to extraction. Just going to get through all these guys. Try not to run into things. Let's jump in here real quick to get some stuff. Time to grab a couple more things. We'll jump in here, smash these loot chests, grab all that we can. Alright, and there we go. Alright, so we got our incubator segment you can see over here, and we'll just have to install that on our ship once we get back. but pretty easy first mission there. Alright, one unread message in the mailbox. Wonder if it's going to pop up or if we'll have to go. Looks like we'll actually have to go to it. Ah, okay. So looks like a corpus guy. He wanted to have a Kubrow, and looks like we stole the incubator segment from them. Oh well. Alright, so now we're going to install the segment, which is going to be in this part of our ship right here. And now we need to get a Kubrow egg. I already have one. So you can see she's already moving on to the next auto text portion. And we can do that here in a second. But I do want to show you, if you're looking to find a Kubrow egg, you just basically want to go to Earth. Most of the missions will have somewhere. Everest is really easy to find one, and that's an excavation, so you got plenty of time to run around and explore. But quite a few of the missions on Earth will have Kubrow dens, and really all you're going to do is smash them, and usually we'll get a bunch of affinity from that, and can farm Kubrow kills as well. But eventually one of those smashed Kubrow dens will give you a Kubrow egg. And sometimes they run alerts to get Kubrow eggs as well. It's really not that difficult to find one. And you can see we've already got ours. So we're going to open up our incubator. So the next part that we have to do is we have to get a power core, which you can build in the Foundry. This is going to be the only real roadblock to this quest, is if you're early on in the game, you may not have the credits. But I believe those can be bought for platinum as well. So let's go to the market, and we will try to find, if I remember correctly, I want to say it's under equipment, so we'll just look here. And we're looking for probably should have just typed in what it is I'm looking for. I don't see it anywhere. Alright, let me back out here and go back to having a brain fart here because I can't remember what this stupid thing is called. Okay, Incubator Power Core. Alright, so we're just going to try to figure out if we can just search for that. It's a lot easier to just do it that way. So there it is. Alright, so you notice there's a couple things here. You can actually also buy the Kubrow starter kit for 65 platinum, which pretty much has everything you need in order to bypass this quest. If you have been trading for platinum and you're feeling lazy and you don't want to run it, you can just go ahead and do that. It's really not too bad. There's actually some other stuff. You can get this upgrade, which has to do with stasis and other stuff, which we're not going to worry about right now. And the Cavat is actually like a little space cat you can get, so you can get this to be able to make one of those. I think we actually have a blueprint for that, so we're not going to worry about that. But anyways, what we need is the Incubator Power Core. So you can buy one for 35 platinum, or you can also get the blueprint. Now the blueprint itself is 50,000 credits. And you can see that it's reusable. You do have to get an argon crystal, and you have to get nanospores, and you also have to have control modules and 100,000 credits, which right now is not a problem because we got 2.3 million. We've been doing a lot of credit farming. We're going to purchase the blueprint for 50,000, and then we're going to have to go farm nanospores. So that's going to take me a little bit. So for right now, I am going to go do that, and we will be back in just a moment after I've done all that, obviously in real time, not in video time. So be right back, guys, with the next step of the quest. Alright guys, so we are back from a little bit of farming in order to get our blueprint pieces to make the next step of our Kubrow quest. Now what I wound up doing was going to Saturn for the nanospores. That took quite a while to farm, and if you haven't progressed that far to Saturn, you may not be able to do this yet, which is one of the reasons I suggest waiting till you get later into the game to do some of these early quests. Because even though they give them to you early on Venus, there are certain resources you're going to be locked out of getting until you open up more planets. Now, of course, you can purchase most of the resources for Platinum if you've been trading and you want to simplify it that way. You're definitely able to do that. But I just went and farmed it up real quick. It took me about 2 hours to get everything, so not too bad. Now, the Argon Crystal we needed was easy to get. I just did that in one Void mission. You can see we actually got 4 Argon Crystals from the mission I ran, which was just a really early Exterminate mission on Teshub in the Void. One of my favorite Void missions to farm because it's very easy. It's a nice big open map. There's lots of resources, and once you kill all the enemies, you can run around and explore and find lots of hidden rooms and obstacle courses in order to get some better mods and things. So, good mission there in the Void if you're looking for one. Alright, so we've got all of our resources now. We're going to go to the Foundry, and we are going to find our Incubator segment somewhere in here. Just claim some of these items that we've crafted. There we go, Incubator Power Core. Now you can see this is going to take about 8 hours to build, which isn't too bad. And you've got 100,000 credits that you have to spend on it. So, like I said, at this point, if you haven't been getting credits or doing those Dark Sector missions as your first login mission every day, you may want to start doing that. But it's not hard to go farm 100,000 credits. If you have the Gabby mission unlocked on Ceres, you can do that in about 4 or 5 runs pretty easily. So, just go do that if you need to get your 100,000. So we're going to go ahead and build this, and it's going to take 8 hours. So again, we're going to take a little bit of a break before we come back to that. And also, if you want to rush it through, you can do it for 10 Platinum. So feel free to do that if you've been trading for Platinum. I don't recommend, like I said, spending Platinum if you don't have to, but obviously it's your choice. And we're going to wait our 8 hours, and we'll have our Incubator Power Core done. Alright, so our 8 hours has passed, and now you can see that we do have the Incubator Power Core piece completed. So we're going to go ahead and install that after we claimed it from the Foundry, obviously. So here we are at our incubator. We go in here, and now we can go ahead and begin incubation for our Kubrow, which of course is going to take another some more time. So we're going to begin incubation. We don't have any imprints at this point. That's something that's a little bit more complicated. I'm not going to get into right now because that's probably for later on. If you get into Kubrow breeding, which is up to you. For right now, we're going to just go to begin a random incubation to generate a pet without using any imprints. Click on yes. We're going to get an achievement. And then the incubator is going to go to work incubating our Kubrow egg. Now again, this is going to take quite a while. 1 day, 23 hours. So 2 days roughly to get this done. That's obviously outside game time, so you don't have to worry about playing the game for 2 days. So it's kind of like crafting a Warframe. It's going to take a little while in order to craft a new companion. You could rush the incubation for 15 Platinum, which if you've been trading for Platinum is really not much. For the purpose of our video, though, of course, we're going to wait the 2 days. We're just going to go and play the game as we normally do, work on some other things. And we'll be back. It'll be just a minute, but 2 days of time once we get our Kubrow finished. Alright guys, so we've waited our 2 days, or in some cases, some of you may have spent Platinum, to go ahead and speed up the development of your Kubrow, but either way, you should have a fully incubated baby Kubrow now on your ship. So our next step here is to claim our pet, which we're going to do now. So we have our little baby Kubrow, and the first thing we get to do is actually give her a name. I don't know, we'll go with something random and generic here. Almost as if we have a new pet, I guess. So we're going to call our ferocious little female wolf Lily. Isn't that cute? Alright, so now we're going to activate our incubator and just take a look at some things. Now, you can see here you can interact with your pet. You can apply DNA stabilizers, which you will need in order to keep your Kubrow fully healed up. You can mature her for combat. Learn about the Kubrows, and just give you some basic information. Will disarm adversaries and retrieve the spoils of battle. So cool. I guess that means before Kubrows didn't have a vacuum type thing with them, so they weren't very usable versus Sentinels. You can rename her. You can consign her, which is sell her off for 25,000 credits. You can interact, which basically does this really awkward kind of animation where you pet your little fuzzball. I guess that's supposed to make you feel like it's really your pet. So let's see here. What else do we got? We got genetic tools. You got 2 scans, imprints. You can store your imprints to basically do it later. You've got stasis. You can put her in stasis if you're not going to use her very often. And one of the things I mentioned earlier is you do have to maintain your Kubrow's health. And if you're not logging into Warframe every day, your Kubrow can eventually die. So you might want to put them in stasis if you don't plan on using them very often. And here's the breeding guide if you want to be able to breed Kubrows. So like I said, you will have to use these DNA stabilizers. You can get those in the market. You can get a pack of 6, I believe, for 75,000 credits, so they don't cost platinum. And you'll have to use those as she takes damage and just is alive normally. Oh, okay, I guess we need to... One more thing here. So we're going to go ahead and mature her for combat. This is going to help us complete the quest. So we'll grow her to adulthood and make her ready for combat. Click on yes. So, like magic, our Kubrow is grown. And now we have to do one more step here, which is basically us getting a collar for the Kubrow, which will put it under our control. So in order to do this, we're going to have to go do a mission on Earth. And the first thing we're going to have to do is actually equip our Kubrow pet. Oh, I guess it does it automatically. I thought you had to manually do it. Oh, our little pet just got really big and looks a lot more intimidating. Alright, so we're going to go do the quest. I guess you can just do it from the menu here. I thought you had to, I think before you had to manually equip the Kubrow to do the next step of the quest. But essentially this is a defense mission where you're going to defend your Kubrow for 5 minutes on Earth. I think it's 5, I hope it's 5 minutes, because if any longer than that it gets kind of annoying. And you just have to basically ensure that your Kubrow survives the entire encounter against the Grineer, which again is level 10 to 50 Grineer. Shouldn't be too bad at all. Just using our basic weapons that we're using right now. If I was really worried about it, I'd bring along the Heck and a few other things, but this looks like it's going to be pretty easy. Alright, so we don't have our Sentinel with us. I see our Kubrow statistics on the right hand side, but I don't actually... Okay, there she is. So she's going to run up to us. And she's pretty good size. Pretty good size Kubrow. It's kind of cool to have your own, like, space wolf following you around. So we're going to go into this area here. And we've got regular wild Kubrows here. I guess we have to kill these things. I don't know. This will get things started. We're just going to blow up their nest here. And so that'll start. Go ahead and start the defense mission here. And you can see we only have to survive 5 waves. We're going to go ahead and kill all these Kubrows just for the heck of it, because usually these give us some infinity and also give us quite a bit of experience. These Grineer are going to pop up now, and your Kubrow is going to go and attack the Grineer, and you basically just have to protect her. Protect her by killing things quickly. It's the best way usually. She'll run off and attack them, and it's really not too terribly difficult. Just trying to see. I'm actually going to use my Lex pistol here a little bit. I'm going to try to level this up. Again, as I mentioned earlier in the game, this is a fairly powerful weapon that's available from the market that does a crap load of damage. You can see here's a single shot pistol. This thing is almost like a little handheld sniper rifle. If you can get your hands on the Lex Prime, it's one of the better weapons in the game, and I have some of the blueprints for the Lex Primes. That's something we're going to try to farm later on in our playthrough. But the Lex is a really, really good weapon, and like I mentioned before, you can get it right in the market for, I believe it's 50,000 credits. And then if you buy 2 of them, you can actually get the Akimbo Lex, which is pretty powerful, but it suffers because you can't aim down sights with the dual pistols, so it's almost better to just have the single Lex hand cannon, use it like a hand cannon. Alright, so Kubrow is already ranked up 1 level. That's kind of fun. Keep fighting these guys. Run around and get some loot here too. Just to do that, that's a little weird. Alright, so we got 3 waves left. Pretty quick. See, our Kubrow has some shields. Health. So, Kubrow is largely going to be a health-based pet. Not like your Sentinels where you can get a lot of shields to kind of help protect them. See, we are having to run around and pick things up. We don't have our vacuum thing anymore. Hopefully, once we get this quest finished and into the Kubrow, we'll be able to pick stuff up for us. Right now, she's kind of being lazy. She's not really doing much. That was one of the reasons I always tended to use my Sentinels over my Kubrows, because it just was a little annoying. Have to use the Kubrow and still pick up your own. You get spoiled by the vacuum perk on your Sentinels. I just have that bot equipped where it goes around and picks all the stuff up for you. You're kind of spoiled by it. We've cleared. There's 2 more here. Pretty quick so far. Kubrow's probably getting mad because I'm killing everything before she can even get to it. The Kubrow will help your mastery rank. As you level it up, you'll get mastery rank points from that, so that's a good thing. Just one more way, especially early on, we want to try to get those mastery rank levels as high as we can. Only kind of negative drawback of the Lex is its fire rate. As you can see, it does take a little while to get each shot off. But that also gives you time to sort of reset the recoil on it. Very powerful gun. See the Kubrow running around in there. Kubrow get a few kills here, why not? It seems like one enemy keeps on spawning back over here. For some odd reason. Alright, well, that was pretty easy there, and so now we have our Kubrow collar, so we can equip that and use the Kubrow on normal missions. And you saw down at the bottom there is an achievement you can eventually unlock. You have to use your Kubrow for 10 missions, and then it will give you the achievement 10-0 in Hooch. So Alright, well, the quest is completed, and we now have our Kubrow pet, which we can use. Much to Ordis' chagrin, because he doesn't like taking care of pets. So now we can put the collar on her and have her to use in missions. So we can just take a look at some of her base statistics here. You see she's got armor 50, 100 energy, 30, 100 health, 90 shields. She does sprint, and she does a lot of slash damage, so that's pretty good. Appearance, I don't think there's much we can really do for her. I think you can change her colors, and you can get patterns for the Kubrow's colors, but I think you have to pay platinum for most of them, so it's not really something we're going to invest too heavily in. You can see this doesn't change anything really. You can get armor for them as well, but like I said, you have to kind of spend platinum on it, and it's not really anything we're going to be worrying about at this point. But you can play around with that if you want to. You can also upgrade your Kubrow just like you can anything if you want to go ahead and upgrade her mod capacity or polarize her mod slots. That's also possible through the action screen. And you can see you have your own separate set of mods for her. We've got neutralize, we've got retrieve, so sniffs out loot hidden in crates and dropped by enemies within 10 meters. So you can, that's how you'll get them to pick up the items for you. You got a couple other things here. You can actually have a Kubrow open up a locker that's marked red, like on the corpus level, so you can actually get loot out of them. Shield recharge, radar, armor link companion, melee damage. So all kinds of cool stuff that you can do with this. So we may use the Kubrow here and there throughout this playthrough. For right now, we're going to stick with our Sentinel that we have at level 16 and continue to level him up. And eventually we're going to go back to Taxon, since he's got the shield conversion mod that allows us to get a lot of shields when we're in our missions. But that's pretty much it, guys. You know, you're going to have to take care of your Kubrow. Like I said, you will have to use these DNA stabilizers. And that's pretty much all you're going to have to do to make sure she stays alive. Make sure you're logging in every couple of days to make sure your Kubrow isn't a rotting corpse on your ship. Or put them in stasis before you actually take a break from the game. Otherwise, you'll come back and your Kubrow will be dead. One last thing here, we'll go to the market. I'll just show you guys where you're going to get those Kubrow things. You come down to companions, and you're going to want to go to the DNA stabilizers. You can see here there's 75,000 credits for 6 of them. So we're going to go ahead and actually... just going to buy these now so I have them for later. And like I said, it's not hard to farm up credits right now. So, you know, that shouldn't be a big obstacle to playing with your Kubrow. Anyways, guys, that's going to do it for this video. I hope you've enjoyed this and found it helpful. We just did the Howl of the Kubrow quest on how to get your Kubrow companion in Warframe. As always, if you guys have any questions, leave them down below. Thank you as always for watching. Hope you guys are having a great day. And I will see you again next time.